10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Fuel community. My name is Wack. Today is 7th of August, August 7th, and we've got some nice milestones that we hit over the weekend, so let's jump right into it. The first one is here, let's set the stage a little bit, right? So we got this 3,172 ETH into the deposit pool, and then there was another one here, 713 ETH into the deposit pool, and this person also sent 713 ETH to Lido at the same time. And then after that we had this another person depositing 1,000 ETH, and then 2,981 ETH as well. And I think this person was actually we'll talk about that next. But what happened is, if you have a look, so now we have over 600,000 rETH that has been minted in total. That's not including the burns. Oh, we're getting a whole bunch of 32 ETH deposits coming in. I wonder if that's the same person. Yeah, C59 at the end, that's the same person. That's interesting. But yeah, like the deposits have been like really strong coming in. So if we have a look at the daily, we can see that, we're at 4,000 ETH deposited into the deposit pool just today. And then yesterday there was over 1,000, and before that there was 3,000, 5,000, well, nearly 5,000, 2,000, 2,000, 4,000. So the deposit pool's been really strong for the last 7 or 8 days. And as you can see on the weekly as well, like on the weekly amounts that are deposited, we had 19,000 last week, which is a very respectable week. And so far, this week already we've had 5,361, which is fantastic. And August has gotten off to a barnstorming month so far. It's doing really well, and it's kind of on track for where June was. And we hit the milestone here. So in 2023, we've had over 400,000 ETH deposited into the deposit pool. Now, that of course does not mean that we have that much rETH supply. The rETH supply, actually, let me just refresh this page, is we just hit a milestone on that as well. So we have 504,000 rETH issued now, which is amazing, and that's a nice milestone to hit. When we hit 1 million, hopefully soon, that'll be really cool. But Jasper shared this tweet. Let me get that up for you all to have a look. So he says, on the back of another major whale deposit, it's finally happened. Rocket Pool's rETH has crossed 500,000 rETH tokens issued. Huge congrats to the whole community. Total TVL is just under 1 million ETH, and the biggest scaling and APR upgrades are still coming. So let's have a look at these screenshots. So that's 2,981, the one that I already showed you, and 500,000 rETH. And then here with the TVL, it says that the total TVL is 957,000 ETH. That's including RPL that's locked, and ETH from the node operators, as well as ETH from the rETH holders. So 958,000 ETH. Hopefully we'll be hitting 1 million ETH on that soon. However, going back a little bit, we can see here that the deposit pool is now full. So let's go back to RocketScan and have a look. So on the deposit balance, you can see that we are 100% full now. There is no more space in the deposit pool to accept new ETH. So as much as I was saying all these numbers and they're really great, there's no way now to deposit more ETH into the deposit pool. So if anyone wants to buy ETH right now, get our ETH right now, the only way they can do it is by going to the secondary markets and getting it there. If you have a look, we've capped out, and another side effect of that is that we now have the return of a premium. So the rETH on the secondary market now has a 0.081% premium, That's compared to Lido having a very slight discount and cbETH having a very slight discount also. The premium, of course, means that new validators are incentivized to come online, and they will come online because they can use something called Rocket Arb, which is actually going to be super boosted because you'll be getting ARB on 24 ETH instead of on just 16 ETH. So it's going to be 50% more than it was before. So if you're spinning up LEB8s, so it looks like any day now Rocket Arb is going to come into practice. If we have a look at mini pools over here, we can see that there's still like more than 1,000, I think, waiting in line to get active onto the mainnet on Ethereum on the Beacon chain. Sorry, I'm just waiting for the page to load. Yeah, we have 2,000 pending validators. So there's a whole bunch there that we're waiting. So the active validators are 22,231. And pending still 2,000 to come online, so that's nearly 10% of our validator set is not online at the moment, so hopefully that'll get online soon. But for new validators coming online now, very soon there'll be a chance for you to start arbing that the deposit pool, and if you are a whale, then it might be a nice time for you to switch from your 16 ETH validators to LEB8s coming very soon, hopefully. Okay, another milestone we hit as well, which is really amazing, is 3,100 node operators have registered their nodes with Rocket Pool. Now, there's some clarity that needs to be added to this number, so it's a nice milestone that we've hit. However, this also includes people who have nodes set up but are not validating, so they're just like using they're running a client and execution clients locally, but not actually, they don't have any Ethereum on the staked. And also some of these are going to be people who have multiple nodes set up, and also some of these are going to be all nodes. So when it comes to actual people staking from home, who one person one node kind of thing, it might be that the real number might be closer to 2,000 home stakers, but the fact that we've got 3,100 node operators on Rocket Pool is absolutely amazing, and it's really, really cool that we're still hitting these milestones. Today's episode has been full of milestones so far. Okay, next we had this tweet from Wen Merge. So for those of you who were around last year, Wen Merge was a website that was kind of counting down to when the merge would happen, and there was a terminal difficulty, and it was kind of like not sure exactly what block it would hit in, but we had an idea of when it might be. So Wen Merge was a website that kind of came up around then and got quite popular at that time. So Wen Merge are now sent out this tweet saying, we're very excited to announce our mainnet MEV boost relay is now live for validators to add, and then relay.wenmerge.com. And thanks to everyone who's helped, ETHstaker, Justin Drake, and at Flashbacks. So this is a non-censoring, non-filtering relay. So you can use it without if you don't care about OFAC sanctions or anything like that. This has not been added to the Rocket Pool stack yet. I think the Wen Merge people need to reach out to get in touch with Langer's to have this added to the Rocket Pool stack. Great, there you go. So real-time tweeting. So get this added to Rocket Pool, and it'll be nice to have more non-censoring relays available. Okay, next we've got a couple of DeFi updates. So here we have one from Notional, Notional Finance. They said, we're exciting for the upcoming launch of Notional version 3 on Arbitrum and Ethereum mainnet. For the first time, users will be able to borrow at a fixed rate against their liquid staking tokens. For example, a Rocket Pool rETH holder will be able to lend at a fixed or variable rate and earn extra yield on top of staking rewards. This can then borrow DAI, USDC, USDT, and Frax against their rETH at fixed rates. For those of you who want to crank up the leverage, version 3 will launch with a number of exciting vault strategies instead of the inefficient looping employed by leverage yield farmers. Notional's vaults streamline the process. Users can deposit rETH and borrow more rETH on Notional, and then deposit into a leveraged vault on Convex Finance or Aura Finance. Lastly, the RPL token will be supported as collateral to borrow any asset on Notional. Notional V3 will feature some of the most powerful lending primitives on the market, coupled with our dedicated commitment to the security and transparency of your assets. Stay tuned for more. So this is a really exciting update. I haven't really delved too deep into Notional Finance yet, so I can't really like vouch for them or anything like that. But I really like this idea of depositing your rETH and then borrowing more rETH. That sounds really exciting. I think that would, and this, I like this idea of like, they have strategies that replace the inefficient looping, which is what, like, I've talked about on Rocket Fuel a whole bunch of times. So I'm really interested to find out how they're going to do that. Another thing is this line right here. Lastly, the RPL token will be supported as collateral to borrow any asset on Notional. So Marceau has a reply here saying RPL is collateral. Thank you. So this is something that it's going to be really interesting about how the RPL token will be used, about whether they can how the liquidity environment will set up. Of course, now we have a Chainlink Oracle, so that's really interesting. But they have DAI, USDC, and USDT, so I presume you'll be able to deposit your RPL and take a loan against the RPL in one of the fiat stablecoins, which is really interesting. Or even you could get ETH against that if you wanted. So it's definitely an interesting project, and I'm going to keep an eye out on this because it looks like it might be really useful for the Rocket Pool community, and I'll definitely keep you in touch and in loop with what I learn about Notional Finance. Okay, next we had this update from Mean Finance as well, saying we've just enabled Rocket Pool's rETH on Ethereum, which means you can invest daily into rETH with even small amounts like $5. Can't wait to start. Jump to Mean Finance. So it says, let's dive into why this is so cool. And it says Rocket Pool, blah blah blah. You don't need to be a tech whiz. Now that you've staked ETH, Rocket Pool introduces rETH and token, and what does it say here? You can get rewards for running nodes. Yeah, this is just like standard Rocket Pool stuff. And now that you understand even more about it, already start investing. Already staked ETH, resilient, trust. Let's jump into Mean Finance. So let's have a look about what you can do with this. So you can create different positions, and you can sell USDC and buy rETH. That's one of the vaults they have. And yeah, I see they've got some kind of like invest DCA strategy. So you can use this to dollar cost average into rETH, which is really cool. And then yeah, that's I guess that's how it works. So that's a nice little tool if you are interested in using Mean Finance. Of course, I've never used Mean Finance before, so again, I'm not vouching for the product or anything like that. Please do your own research before you interact with any DeFi products. There was a really interesting thing that happened is this tweet was actually submitted to Rocket Fuel by Maverick, who is one of the Rocket Pool team members, and Cal made a really funny joke, and he said that since the ODAO rewards have been reduced so drastically, team members are now resorting to entering the Rocket Fuel raffle to get that $100 a month through submissions. So yeah, guys, just any updates, instead of putting in like protocol or releases or anything like that, just put it in Rocket Fuel first, so you can get the entry tickets to the monthly raffle and have a chance of winning $100 every month. Okay, next we have this tease from Marceau, who says Rocket Pool is about to have one of the greatest opportunities in all of crypto in the next few months. We'll see if they decide to take it. So Marceau was, suitably vague about what this opportunity might be, but I thought I'd include this into the episode so we have something to look forward to. But let's see what comes of this. There've been a whole lot of guesses about what it might be. Like some people saying LEB2s, LEB4s. Others saying things like LEB2s potentially even, and eigenlayer, and other ideas as well. Like a couple of people guessed eigenlayer. I like this idea from Paul saying, surely this would relate to eigenlayer, giving rocket pool node operators potentially preferential opportunity to restake and earn a lot more yield. I really like that idea. After that, we have, rounding out the episode, we have a couple of updates here where one of them is about the Ethereum validator queue. So right now, the validator queue length is 71,309 validators, and the wait is 29 days and 2 hours. Now it looks like we're coming down by around 12 hours a day every day. So we're having around half the amount of validators that are getting entered onto the network are joining the queue. So the queue is getting shorter. Now what does this mean? This means that when the wait time is less than 28 days, that means any whales who are in the rocket pool community will be able to change from their LEB16s to LEB8s. And in changing into LEB8s, if they do it right after a reward snapshot, what will happen is they'll have their LEB8s online before the next reward snapshot, and they won't miss out on any RPL rewards in that period. Now that's really exciting because when you get to that, like a huge number of validators, losing out on your RPL rewards can be a significant financial hit. So it's really interesting that that number is getting down. Of course, you'd want it to get down to around 25 days to make sure that you can get through all the scrubs and everything. I think it's 25 days. Maybe you could wait until 24 days just to be sure. But at that point, then the reward snapshot happens. You get your rewards, convert all your validated 6 mini pool 16s to LEB8s, and by the time the next reward snapshot comes back up, all your RPL that was effective before would be effective again, and you can enjoy having great rewards on your ETH and not miss out on the RPL rewards. And also you can help clear some of that deposit pool queue. Okay, so moving back onto Discord now, we had this update that's Dipsy here posted saying that the PayPal launches a US dollar stablecoin called PayPal USD, which is a really amazing move from a centralized company like this to produce a stablecoin. I think it's been kind of in the works for a while, so that's really interesting. Non-fungible Yoakum here says PPUSD, so no, and then Nick obviously corrects him saying no, it's PYUSD. But this here, we have Steve who says that this token is an ERC20, and PayPal will have plans eventually to make it multi-chain. And then Ishka shared that this is going to be run by Paxos, and that they are definitely the go-to people. It says PayPal USD is run by Paxos, and they've really cornered the market. They're doing they're really taking control of a lot of decentralized stablecoins. So on that note, I'm going to finish today's episode. I hope you all had a lovely weekend, and I'll be back tomorrow with more. So thank you for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. Bye.